take me to the bunny ranch. People dying, kill me in the packing house. Even you have to win sometimes.
Hey, everybody. This is the Bunniest Podcast. I am your host, Steve Urkel. I'm going to be Steve Urkel this week. We have some returning guests. It's the boys from Red Letter Media. We have Mike Stoklasa. We found out it was a family name.
Yes, we talked all about that.
Yeah. Jay Balmer.
Hello.
Hey. Rich Evans.
Yes.
Rich Evans.
Yes.
Isn't everyone's name a family name?
Well, you never know. You know, I just thought maybe you picked that as like a stage name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, just something
That's
real
true.
nice and simple. You know, yeah. Like Stoklasa.
Easy to pronounce.
So, I guess we should start with bump.
Oh, God damn it.
Bump, bump, dun, dun.
Benny!
Benny!
Benny and the
Yes. Benny and the
Plague
Jets.
the rest of our lives.
Just yours, Jay.
Just mine?
Yeah.
Damn it.
I can deal with it. I can deal.
Don't you get annoyed just when any song is stuck in your head for enough
Not if
period
I like
of time?
not if I like it.
Good answer.
So you're
Do you
saying
like
you'll
Benny and the
never,
Jets?
ever get tired
It's
of Benny
fine.
and the Jets?
Because you know what, that song's probably not going to get stuck in my head. It hasn't been. You guys were singing it yesterday. Well, not you, Jay. Mac and Mike were just all day yesterday. Benny, Benny, and I went home. I was fine.
Oh,
I know,
I'm envious.
it's gone on for a couple of days now. Just, Mike will just start singing Benny and the Jets, and it gets stuck for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Rich, what about Energy in Me?
I use
It
it
vanished.
every
It
day.
completely vanished.
Oh, I
I
wish
said-
I had that ability to just let songs leave my brain like that.
I had another song that these guys have never heard of. It's Let 'Em In, Wings, and Paul McCartney.
Okay, yeah. Open the door.
Open the
let
door,
me
let
in.
'em in. Dun, 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 na, na, na. Na, 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 na. I think it's a similar kind of like overly repetitious, nightmarish song that burrows its way in your brain and won't leave.
I'm glad I don't know it.
So, burning question from your last episode. Do pumpkins grow in Florida?
Well, someone just tweeted a picture at us of a pumpkin truck coming from Canada all the way down to Florida to
my
deliver
God.
pumpkins. We don't have a solid answer on that.
Oh, yeah, so you're not sure. It's just one photo, but it's on Twitter.
Yeah,
So
for the
it's gotta
record,
be
we
true.
weren't saying they don't have pumpkins in Florida.
Yes, I said, do they grow?
Trucks exist.
And stores exist, and they bring them there, and people in Florida have pumpkins on Halloween. But is there a place where they grow?
I think we got multiple, like some people said, I live in Florida and they do grow here. And then other people saying, I live in Florida and they definitely don't grow
Yes,
here.
we got
So even people
conflicting.
in Florida don't know.
So there you go. So I guess that's settled.
The answer is maybe.
They definitely do get ones from Canada at
Yeah.
some point, but that
You can get pumpkins in the state of Florida.
Okay,
That's the ultimate takeaway.
Confirmed.
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 burning question.
It's not like you go down there and ask for a pumpkin and they look at you like you're speaking a foreign language. They are aware of pumpkins.
We can get avocados in Wisconsin. You know,
That's true,
It's
that's
a magical world we live in. but
World of trucks.
a world filled with trucks and carrying vegetables with E. coli all over the country.
So earlier, last episode we established that you firmly believe in ghosts, right?
Uh-huh.
Firmly, right?
I'm an open-minded skeptic.
Do you think the studio is haunted?
No.
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 Do you want to find out whether or not it's haunted?
Sure.
All right, because I got you a gift. Because last time I was here, I got Jay the Warriors vest.
Yes.
Yeah. So I got you.
Oh my God!
a
Is
spirit
that a
box.
spirit box?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's so awesome.
You knew what that was instantly.
It's an
I
external
wanna-
speaker too.
Oh my God.
It's an SB7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they use that
Oh,
on
this is
Ghost
great.
Adventures, Mike?
They do, not this particular model, but
You should see the smile on Mike's face when he got that box.
so a spirit box cycles through radio frequencies at a very fast rate. They even have newer ones that go like.
I'm aware of the pseudoscience.
Okay.
You're aware of the mumbo jumbo.
Okay, we should explain it anyway. 'cause
Yeah.
I'm sure
Well,
that
okay, it goes.
many
like and cycles through radio frequencies. And so you think, well, radio, you're going to pick up a voice, right? But a voice or a sentence, sometimes multiple words will come through, and it's like, how did that? It's like taking
Because radio stations have words.
no. That's my point. Is that it's like you have a million puzzles, and you pull a piece from each puzzle, and you put them all together, and it makes a picture somehow. That's how it goes. A voice.
Well, no, it makes a picture because it's designed to do that.
Well,
How do the ghosts do this?
I don't know, Rich. I'm not
You
an
think
expert.
if a ghost is capable of assembling full sentences out of random strings of radio
Because
data
it's using
floating through
it's
the
using
air,
its energy to get into the electronic device and talk through it.
They've got nothing but time.
So the odds of a sentence
really bored, yeah.
or a bunch of words coming out from say 100 radio broadcasts that all coming together and making, it's me, I'm dead, the odds of that are astronomical. So that's kind of how a spirit box works.
Well, I cracked it open earlier to make sure it works, and it does. And you can adjust how fast it cycles through and everything. And yeah.
This is so exciting.
Yeah, it's the power's the bottom right corner of those.
I
buttons.
see it.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got to hold it down for a couple of seconds.
Looks like a tiny portable radio.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Is that a ghost? Are we hearing a ghost?
No, it's not sweeping yet.
So what you do is you hold down here, and I'll show you.
Let me turn the
I
volume
thought the
down.
ghost wanted alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, you hold down the sweep?
They came to the right
So
building.
what you do is, so you figure out what rate you want. So it's like right now it'll go fast. And what you do is you go forward. And you hold that down.
Oh, okay.
And I'll just start cycling.
Okay.
We have to do a ghost thing now.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll do a ghost adventure.
Oh, is this to...
Yeah, it turns up the volume. Apparently, it's supposed to. I gotta turn it up. I gotta turn it on.
Yes. Okay.
And you can adjust the speed.
Oh my god.
And you can do AM. You can do AM or FM too. So you want to ask a ghost
That's
a question?
I just heard a ghost. I heard one.
Is there a spirit here with us at the Red Letter Media Studios? No.
That sounded like Mr. Blinket.
E-R-T
Oh,
tickle.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it stopped on a station that was playing Benny and the Jets? That would make me a believer in ghosts if that happened. Oh my god.
oh God! Hold on. Oh,
We can't stop it, folks.
Oh god,
can't
it's a
stop
ghost!
It's a poltergeist.
okay. Now it's sweeping. Oh, you could reverse sweep.
Yeah. I knew you were gonna have a ball with this thing.
There we go. Tell us your name, ghost. What is your name?
Herb. It said herb.
Is it Wyatt Earp?
Wyatt Earp.
Oh my god, our studio's haunted by Wyatt Earp.
Okay, Wyatt Earp. What do we ask Wyatt Earp?
Wyatt Earp. How are you? How is your ghost in Milwaukee?
Walk here.
Walked here.
It said walk here.
Oh my god.
the ghost of Wyatt Earp walked here.
Tombstone. Yeah.
Wyatt, why did you walk here to our studio? Smoothies? Did it say smoothies?
Beer. Good beer.
Well, that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
This is amazing. Thank you, man.
You got it. Yeah. No, I figured you'd have a ball with that thing.
We're going to take this when we do our ghost hunt, and that's
Yes.
one of our upcoming videos. I'll announce it now. We have
Yeah,
to figure out where we're going to go.
I got all the equipment.
My number one place would be the it's have its own little built-in light. Look at that.
Yeah. It's a little switch there for on
Oh,
and
yeah.
off.
Oh.
And also this is how you charge it.
Okay. I would love to visit the Velasca Axe Murder House in Iowa. It's about 8 hours drive. 8-hour drive.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
That's one of-
for a
that's-
very special episode.
Yeah. That's one of the most haunted locations
16
in
hours
Iowa.
round trip for about 3 hours of
Well, you can rent it overnight.
Oh, really?
And it books up like a year in advance, obviously for October, Then after that, it's kind of easy to get there because I don't think there's power or heat. So
Sounds
you got to
lovely.
be hardy and really into ghost hunting to stay there overnight. There's no bathrooms. or
Why
heat or
is it
power.
haunted? Like, what's the backstory?
It's called the Axe Murder House.
Well,
That's an unrelated name, though.
that's what they called the house
So
when they
someone's
built
got shot, right? Yeah.
So there's a family there, a mother, father. I think they had 4 kids, and then there were 2 unrelated kids sleeping over. They all went to church. They all went to the house at night, and they had the sleepover.
I know this
and
one.
and then in the middle of the night, someone went around and methodically killed everyone
And
in
they
the
thought
house.
he was
with an
living in the
axe.
attic the
They
whole
thought he was
time.
hiding in the attic during the day to come out at night, and they never caught him.
And he stayed there for a couple of days, like afterward, even like he ate their food and things.
I
like that.
I didn't hear that, but
Yeah,
so they thought they caught the guy, and they're like, yeah, this is probably the guy. It was 1912, I believe. And he's like, I didn't do it, and they thought it was like this drifter guy, and they really didn't know who did it. But there's a lot of haunted stuff that goes on there.
Oh.
The Ghost Adventures went there, and this is like
Is
a
it the
nightmare.
Bilbo Baggins one?
What?
The host, Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, Zach Baggins.
Oh, okay.
Yes, related to
Is that the
Bilbo.
episode where he has the axe hanging above,
Yes,
above him?
yes.
And he's like, "Come at me, bro."
He lays down and he has an axe precariously placed above his head, and he's like, push that axe on my face, bro.
I dare you,
But
ghost.
they have a really good like lockdown camera in the baby's room upstairs, where the door just kind of slams closed violently, whether it was faked or not, I don't know. And then I watched a different goat.
I wonder if the mic picks up our eyes rolling. You can hear that sound.
Yeah, it's that Simpsons squish sound effect. Your eyes rolling up. A different ghost hunting show set up like what is it, like electromagnetic EMP field recorders, right? All over the house. And then at the same time of night when the axe murder was, middle of the night, they got a spike of electromagnetic energy in the attic, and then
There's no electricity in the house.
And right, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Is that what
And a spike in the baby's room.
following.
It was the same. It followed the same path that the killer took. All these spikes in
Well, they
electromagnetic.
don't know what path, really.
Well, they I think they did.
Obviously, it was the path the killer took. That's the only thing that makes sense.
He started in the baby's room, and I think he killed the parents first, obviously.
and
And
did
then
they get some of them in the barn or something like that? Is that this one?
I don't know about the barn.
Okay.
I think that might be something else.
Okay.
But that's a cool location. There's lots of cool locations.
But that's the tops on your list. That's where you're gonna go
I think
to?
so. That's the place that's the spookiest for me.
Well, and it's realistic to get there.
It's realistic to get there. There's places here in Milwaukee, but they all suck.
Some of them are bullshit.
Ghost Adventures didn't
some-
even come here for their serial killer episode.
They didn't?
No,
What about Bachelor's Grove Cemetery?
Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. Yeah, that's in down in Illinois.
Those were near where we came from.
Oh, okay.
Where you came out of the primordial ooze?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That Ghost Adventures went to Bachelor's Grove
They did?
Cemetery. Yeah,
Huh.
and they caught the mysterious floating light in the woods. The whole area was surrounded by cops. Nobody could get in there, and then they found the floating lantern. They couldn't explain. Bachelor's Grove Cemetery has a lime pit. And it's this murky water that goes down very deep, and it's rumored that the mob would dump bodies there because Al
Yeah.
Capone used to hang out there.
And lime will help dissolve the bodies.
There's supposedly a car at the bottom. No one's ever gone down there, so that's adds to the haunting. And there's a restaurant called Jack Gibbons Gardens from the 30s around the corner. Al Capone used to hang out there. There's a lot of mob activity in Chicagoland area. I could talk about this for a while too.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't involved. Didn't you do it like a cheesy video project on
I
Bachelor's
did.
Grove
I
in
did.
high school?
Yeah. Yes. I won an award for it, actually.
I'm
not kidding, I did.
One of those prestigious high school class awards.
It was a film and video maker award. I did a little video piece about Bachelor's Grove and why it was haunted, and I had a special effect in it. I keyed in a float because people say they see a
You
house.
fake ghost evidence?
Oh my
I,
god!
it's like-
Never.
I clearly wrote recreation on the bottom because I filmed like a little house and I chroma keyed it in and like made it a half opacity, and I was like, "Ooh," because people say they see a spooky house floating above the lake. There's a lot of stories from there too.
I just love your love of ghosts, or ghost hunters, rather. Yeah.
I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I'm fascinated by it.
I can tell. Yeah,
I want to have some kind of ghost experience someday, and I know it's never happened. And I think that's probably a reason why.
You just want it so bad.
For your sake, I hope it does happen.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm pulling for you. Yeah.
Now, Rich, you believe in flat Earth?
Oh, of course.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Meditation Minute. I'm your guide, Louis Prada. Think of me as your personal chef who ensures that you nightly sup upon the succulent flesh of serenity. Some of my most attentive, some say obnoxious, listeners took to social media last week to let me know that my previous episode was not quite up to my normal editorial standards. Turns out, in my haste to get the episode recorded and published, I made a few mistakes. I feel I've broken your trust, so I want to begin the healing process by issuing some corrections and retractions. At around the 30-second mark of the episode, I misspoke when I said that a global cabal of the super rich are planning to flee the devastating effects of climate change by seeking refuge on a moon colony. What I meant to say was, breathe in. I have never been a world champion at anything, let alone meditation. As far as I know, no such designation even exists, and if it did, I would be staunchly against it. Self-care is not a competition, but just know that if it was, I would be the champion of it. I'd like to clarify that while a mind's eye is definitely a real concept, a mind's pink eye is not. But it's probably a good idea to keep fecal particles away from it all the same. To the listeners I offended when I called them out by name and said offensive things about them, I am sorry for not including your home addresses and social security numbers, you fucking assholes. You know who you are. Because I called you out. By name. At the 1 minute and 18 second mark, I claimed that with enough meditation, you'll be able to levitate objects with your mind. What I meant to say is that you can pick them up with your hands and look at them and then put them back down. It's not so much psychokinesis as it is just basic human dexterity. Finally, I didn't mean to imply that meditation was a scam. It's a definitive fact. I hope that cleared the air so we can now move on to help you find the serenity you seek. My name is Louis Prada, and this has been Meditation Minute. Namaste.
No, I don't.
I know. Well, I'm actually fascinated with the flat Earth, like, people, and like I'm constantly, like, almost, I'd say about 3 times a week, I type into YouTube, like, flat Earth something.
I went through a phase where I was fascinated, but I think I'm over it now.
Yeah,
I'm over flat earthers.
Well, they probably only have a limited amount of talking points.
Arguments
right?
to be made. Yeah,
I would think.
The weird thing is the conspiracy. Like, there's no motivation for there to be a conspiracy to cover the globe up.
That's every single one. You try to figure, like, it's like, well, why?
Yeah.
No, just, why?
They don't want you to know about the globe.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
But why? Because science grant money. What?
NASA and stuff.
They can also make grant money studying a flat Earth. I mean,
like, to what end? Well, also, every, like, airline pilot in the world would have to be in on it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. And look, my stepfather's a pilot, and he can't keep his mouth shut, and he's like, and he likes to drink hard and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, there's no fucking way that, like, that he can keep a secret like that.
Some Christmas he's gonna have a little too much and expose the truth.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, So, like, I'm pretty sure, Mart can't keep that secret. So, Mike and Rich actually kind of came up with an idea for a movie yesterday.
Yes.
The Uncanny Valley.
Yeah.
Well, in the news lately, we should set this up. There's a new World War II movie starring James fucking Dean.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's not out yet. It's
No.
It
It
was
was
announced.
just announced. Yeah.
They had to get attention for their sleazy project, so they announced it. Yeah, we looked at hundreds of actors. The only one we could find that was right for the part was James Dean, who's not the right actor for any part because he's fucking dead.
He's dead.
Yes. Who's
have a-
making this film?
I had never even heard of the filmmakers.
Same.
I think that's why they did this,
The
just to
gimmick.
get attention for
Yeah.
their dumb movie.
Yeah, and I doubt they're gonna follow through with it. Like how much backlash.
It's gotten a lot of bad. Well, it's so sleazy.
Yeah.
If they were at least honest about it, where they're just like, yeah, we're doing a gimmick. Like, I would at least respect that a little bit, even though it's
Yeah.
still weird. But the fact that they're trying to say, like, he's the best actor for the role. He's not an actor. It's
Yeah.
a computer. You're making an animated character, basically.
He only did 3 movies anyway. It's a small sample size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But an actor makes choices, and a CG creation can't make choices, so he's not an actor.
Touche.
Or they cast somebody, and that person acts out the role, and they put James Dean's face on him, in which case that's not James Dean acting.
Yeah, we were saying that there'd probably have to be like 3 credits for James Dean's character.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah.
James Dean, it'd be the body actor, and then the voice actor.
Yeah. And then the CGI artist.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and the wall of CGI artists.
yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, the 500 people that are bringing James Dean to life that will never get credit for it.
So, the Uncanny Valley. Do you guys pitch
heard
it?
about
Pitch
this,
it. Yeah.
and we had an idea that let's just make a movie starring nothing but dead actors.
Yes.
and
Dead celebrities,
dead
in general.
celebrities.
Yeah.
And we'll call it the Uncanny Valley.
And the Uncanny Valley is a futuristic theme park that you go to, and I guess there's hollow projectors like Star Trek, right? And they project holograms of your favorite dead celebrities for you to hang out with. You know, go swimming in the pool.
Marilyn
with
Monroe,
Marilyn Monroe.
Elvis Presley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go see a concert by the Rat Pack, whatever. I don't know. And they can look. The CGI doesn't have to be perfect, right? Because
It's the Uncanny Valley.
it makes sense in context of the movie. It could be really good.
Yeah.
But, that's why I don't think they can pull off the James Dean thing 100%.
Oh, of course not.
I mean, 5
They'll
seconds.
get even if they can't now, they'll get there.
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe.
We'll get across the Uncanny Valley, and then
Then
Well, they were kind of close with Peter Cushing, but then Carrie Fisher was
Well, then Peter Cushing talked.
Peter Cushing.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
yeah.
They look great when they're just still, when it's just their face. But when they start talking, that's where you really notice like something's off about the mouth. And
I don't even think Peter Cushing in Rogue One was that great. It was really
No.
off-putting to me.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah, me too. It was a little too Uncanny Valley. Like
Yeah.
it really
Yeah.
was. Like a little it was
Yeah.
close, but not close.
looked like
enough
a
that
cartoon.
It was irking.
Yeah,
Irksome.
and that was like, I don't know, probably 30 seconds of footage of them after all is said and done, Linda Hamilton and Edward Furlong, that looked really good in the new Terminator movie.
Yeah, I still haven't seen
And that was
yet.
it's less like a full CGI. I guess
Like Edward Furlong, that can't just be de-aging. I mean,
oh no, that's I'm sure they
no,
have
no,
a
no.
little
Yeah,
kid
yeah,
actor.
yeah.
They got, and same with Linda Hamilton. They got 2 body types that very closely match the body types of the actors from 92, 93, whatever,
Yeah.
91. And then I think they basically deep faked some kind of CGI face, but it looks really good.
It looks good,
So,
but you don't really see him talk much. Like Linda Hamilton's
No,
just sitting
there's
there.
no talking. The
You,
mouth
you hear
is the
Edward
worst
Furlong,
part.
but he's like really far away from the camera when he's talking.
It's kind of like off camera. He's like, "Hey, Mom,
Yeah.
I'm getting some drinks."
They were smart. They knew how to do it.
yeah.
Don't show their mouth because fake CGI mouths always look. There's
Yeah,
something
they
wrong
always
with
look
them.
weird.
You're like, what's wrong with the mouth? But anyway, Uncanny Valley.
Yeah.
Keep
So imagine many scenarios where you can hang out with celebrities who have long since passed at this resort, and then a storm comes in, of course. And then you have the big computer server tower that controls everything, and lightning strikes it.
The cheapskate company, they cheaped out when it came to lightning rods.
Lightning
There's got to be like some
you gotta have the heroic safety inspector.
Yeah, yeah,
This park doesn't have enough lightning rods.
exactly the tech that they didn't listen to. Looking, yeah.
It's fine. We don't get thunderstorms in California, Southern California. And so that fries the computer system that's controlling the celebrities and the alternate psychopaths. that
So
try
it
to
turned into
merge
Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
The first part, it kind of starts out like Westworld.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the HBO show, but the original movie Westworld. where
Oh,
it's
sure.
like- yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess
You,
it's
you
similar
can
to
go
that.
to the little like western town, and there's different areas. So it's
Itchy
like
and
that.
Scratchy Land.
Itchy-
I mean,
Yes,
we'll go there.
And then it turns into Jurassic
It's a
Park.
very unoriginal idea.
No, I think it's fantastic. That's
It's an
why- that's why
original
I'm bringing it up.
twist on an old classic.
Yes. So,
That's how to spin it.
yeah. What were some of the scenarios we came up with?
Well, I know
also-
the celebrities are gonna start like killing people related to how they died.
Our first one was that they try to leave the park, and and they steal a car, but then they realize they're being followed by James Dean, who's trying to
James
run
Dean
them off
is
the road.
terrorizing people in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Same car.
He's trying to run people over.
But then they
cause car
It's the
accidents.
very same car. The park bought it for authenticity.
yeah, but he ends up crashing his car into a light post.
Yeah, like don't use the toilet because then that's where Elvis is going to
Yes.
get you.
Yes.
He's like a ghoulie.
He
He's
just
gonna pop
drowns
out.
people in the toilet.
He starts feeding you like fried peanut butter sandwiches. You eat about 10,000 of these. So do they kill you the way they died? Is it like, remember he said Kurt Cobain has a shotgun and he's like shooting at you?
He's chasing everybody around.
JFK's a sniper.
Right.
He was going to be the villain, wasn't he?
Who?
JFK?
JFK?
Oh, no, Marilyn Monroe gets killed, and it turns out it's JFK.
No, she just tries to keep on shoving pills down people's throats.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
No, we're doing a twist where he secretly assassinated her. Because that's the conspiracy.
I don't know.
Because she knew too much.
Yeah.
She knew about JFK's
We should
sex
ask her
organs.
ghost.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's turn on the spirit box. Marilyn, are you here in Milwaukee?
Our studio is haunted by Wyatt Earp and Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe, would you give us the rights to use
Yes.
your likeness? Turn around. Let's start asking celebrities for the rights right now.
That's how we'll prove it in court later after the movie's made. Yes.
We asked.
Yeah,
Marilyn
that
Monroe clearly consented to have her likeness used in our movie.
Yeah, we asked the spirit box. Yeah.
we'll get a judge that's sympathetic to paranormal activities. The Honorable Zach Baggins, presiding. Judge for a day, bro. Sorry about that.
Marilyn Monroe, if you're really here, just hit that gavel for me, would you?
Big floats with strings on it. Yeah.
Who's the equivalent of the T-Rex?
Oh,
Who's like the big baddie?
Marlon Brando.
He just tries
I was
to
going to say
feed you to
Orson
death?
Welles, but yeah.
I swallowed a baby. He gets even fatter in the afterlife.
Yeah.
He's just smashing through
He's
doors.
like, what is
like
that?
Juggernaut.
No, there's an extra problem with this projector. He just keeps getting bigger. That's part of the malfunction.
Yes, there you go. Yeah,
So not like physically fat or just larger.
it's just distorting him.
The,
like-
original, the original recreation, actually, of Marlon Brando was young Marlon Brando.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, and then he evolves.
But after the malfunction, he just keeps getting fatter and fatter and
and better and
larger.
older.
Yeah.
He turns into is that an X-Men character, the Blob?
yeah.
Yeah, he starts
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
like that and just like rolling around the park. Trying to choke everybody with sandwiches and fried chicken. Shove it down their throats.
Oh God. This is a movie Martin Scorsese would call cinema. We're gonna ruin everything you love, Marty. Everything.
We're taking down the legacy of every dead celebrity with us.
I'm sure their families would be totally fine with it. Yeah.
You just give them a check.
I was just gonna
James
say the
Dean's
same
estate. They're like, yeah, fine, put James Dean in your
Yeah.
movie. You're gonna give us a check?
He's gonna be a psychopath trying to kill everyone.
It's fine though, as long as we get a check.
Would like the Matrix when it gets scrambled? Would dead bad celebrities be good then? Like famous serial killers, things like that. I guess you
Or
wouldn't.
like start recruiting like Ted Bundy to
Yeah,
help you.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a twist if like Ed Gein turned out to be helpful to whoever the protagonists of the movie are.
But I guess there wouldn't be a program for them anyways, because who would want to go to a resort and hang out with Ed Gein?
Sickos.
Actually, I think there's a
a market for
subculture
that.
for that
Okay.
for sure.
Quick, Jeffrey Dahmer, you have to eat Marlon Brando.
It's like the conclusion of Jurassic World, where the two
Yeah.
dinosaurs have to fight.
Yeah.
You got Marlon Brando versus Jeffrey Dahmer.
They just give him a big steak knife and a fork.
We don't even need human protagonists in this movie. You can just all be the holograms.
You just need a family. Just a little family
They
running
disappear
around.
halfway through the movie. Who cares?
You need a heart, Jay. You need the heart of the story.
And then you can abandon it halfway through, like those kids in Jurassic World.
You need a mother
Our
to.
parents are going through divorce.
Yeah.
Oh, then we're just never going to mention that again.
The father works in Washington, and he's flying to get to the Uncanny Valley.
You could have a love triangle. You could have the wife of a dead celebrity visiting the park with her new husband.
Oh, there you go.
I like it.
Yeah,
But you also
yeah.
have to use someone who's recently dead, though.
Or make somebody up, but yeah.
Yeah.
There needs to be a thing too where they have to try to escape the park, like Truman Show kind of situation.
Oh, yeah.
You have to,
Or you have to shut down the mainframe somehow.
right?
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
But it's your exits are all blocked. That's how the James Dean car crash happens in the beginning. Trying to get to the Cabin in the Woods, right?
Yeah.
With the holographic tunnel and all that.
Well, I pitched also yesterday, like I would show up. It was like,
Oh,
it was
right.
like- and then I'm going, I'm not dead, guys. Just for real. That's fucked up, guys.
I
Stop
just
killing
came
me.
to this park and now I'm trapped.
I'm just like you.
The party in the hotel room, and the door opens, and
You
John.
die at some point during the film, and then the Matrix of the park automatically recreates you as a hologram.
Like an imposter Mac. You know?
Yeah.
Or I'm there, and there's a younger me that's
Oh, okay,
dead.
okay.
Oh.
The younger you.
That's like a
That's how they
Gemini
recreate
Man,
me.
right? Isn't that the
Yeah.
Will Smith movie?
Oh,
Where it's him
Gemini
having
Man.
to fight the younger version
Yeah,
of himself?
you have to
Yeah.
fight Kevin McAllister.
You'd have to beat up an 11-year-old. That would be great.
What would you do if they wanted to have like a CG version of you in like Home Alone 6? Whatever they're up to now.
Only if Ryan Johnson was directing it.
Yeah.
How many zeros are on the check?
Yes, exactly.
That's the
All
proper
of
answer.
them.
There's so many things you can do with this amazing concept.
And this amazing technology to bring back dead celebrities.
Right.
That's what they were. That was the most disgusting thing about that article about the James Dean thing, is when they're like, "This opens up so many opportunities for our celebrities that aren't with us anymore."
Yes, yes.
Like, you fucking scumbags.
Yeah, no, we need more Burt Reynolds. That's
Yeah,
what we need.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Let's not get any new actors. Let's just
course not.
recreate old ones. That's a creepy precedence too, and that's the James Dean thing is like the worst example of it.
Yeah.
But I think we talked about that when we talked about the new Terminator movie. How it's like, yeah, we don't have any new ideas. We'll just recreate the stuff from 30 years ago.
All they got to do is they make a new Star Wars film with a young Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Carrie Fisher, and everyone will love the idea.
They'll do it.
Yeah.
Give it 5
Don't
more years,
tempt
they'll
them.
do it.
Like some kind of adventure that took
Yeah, after Return of the Jedi.
in between
Or, yeah.
1 and 4 and 5. Because there's a little bit of gap there, right?
Yeah.
They had to get
So
the
a good
Hoth.
like year
and-
goes
yeah,
by there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sold. Greenlit.
Episode 4.5, right?
I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked they haven't tried that yet. I actually am.
Yeah, I think the keyword is yet.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
for real.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well, they
gonna
tried to.
happen.
They wanted to do their new trilogy, and now that that's fizzling out, that's when they start digging up stuff like that. Those ideas.
That'll be the future. We'll say, remember when they used to use real people in movies? It's possible. It's possible.
We're getting there.
We're
They're
getting
going to
there.
use real people. They're just going to put other celebrities' face on them. Okay, that's just going to happen. Like, yeah. So, are you guys excited about episode 9?
To be fair, I haven't been excited since the prequel era.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
even this the J.J.
It was
Abrams.
I agree to the new ones with mild curiosity. Oh, that's interesting. What are they gonna do? Oh, okay.
So you don't go opening weekend or anything like that?
I went for work.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm gonna be honest. I probably wouldn't have otherwise.
Really?
I would have gotten around. Like it would have been like, oh, eventually I'll see it.
Gotcha. Yeah, like a
Yeah,
digital download or Blu-ray or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Streaming.
You wouldn't have even seen Revenge of the Sith if you weren't
Oh.
physically forced to go.
Oh yeah, that was different entirely because I actively like I still say to this day that Attack of the Clones, relative to its budget, is the worst film ever made. like yeah, some of the crap we watch on Best of the Worst is worse.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
But it cost pennies to
Yeah,
make.
it's-
Yeah,
It
it cost
cost a
pennies
dime,
to make. They
yeah.
did not spend $200 million making
Right.
things.
Yeah.
But what about that factory scene though? I mean, that was so complicated.
It's pretty wacky.
It was. Yeah,
And
it really
that's when
was.
I think of Star Wars. That's what I think of. is
No,
wacky,
it's so wacky.
wacky conveyor belt Looney Tunes nonsense.
Yeah. How could you not love that, dude? What's wrong with you?
R2D2 flying.
I'm just scowling. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm scowling.
Scowl.
How about you guys? Excited about 9? You have anticipation, like J.J. Abrams is back.
I think each film is just curiosity rather than excitement.
Yeah.
And like I'm not really excited about it, but I'm a completionist, so
Yeah.
I'm going
Well,
to
sure.
have to see it.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's almost like you feel like a hypocrite or something. I gotta see it just to complete it. But the first one I was excited about,
Well, that's the interesting thing is to see how like perceptions have shifted just in the matter of like what 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
We're all like, yeah, Force Awakens is like, oh, okay, this is a good start to a new thing. It feels like Star Wars.
Just now do something different.
Yeah,
And then they
yeah.
did something too different.
But it wasn't too different. It just wasn't good.
Yeah.
That's the
there's a
thing.
lot
Is
of
I like
problems with
like
that.
you see like Marvel movies, they do a rich variety of like here's a spy thriller, here's
sure.
all kinds of like weird origin stories and all that kind of stuff. Like and like there's like 20 something movies in that, but it's still like I'd say there's only a little bit of Marvel fatigue starting to set in, whereas like Star Wars, like they got like 4 into it, and everyone's like, "No, we're done.
Yeah,
we're done."
Well, that's what's interesting when you hear people say like, "Oh, they were just releasing too many Star Wars movies too quick," and then you look at Marvel and they've had no problems releasing like 3 movies a year.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I think it has more of a question of quality really than anything else.
Well,
It's
and-
amazing what can happen when somebody competent behind the scenes has a plan.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest thing is has a plan because
Yeah.
that was the most shocking thing before Last Jedi came out. When I don't know if it was Ryan Johnson or J.J. Abrams, one of them mentioned like, yeah, we had no idea what we were going to do with the next movie.
I was
like-
I was worried before Force Awakens came out when J.J. Abrams like wasn't doing the next. I'm like, wait a minute, why not? Why isn't there a consistent vision here?
Yeah,
What's going
why isn't
on?
there someone captaining the ship?
Yeah.
Other than Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. Well, I've seen some people say like, well, the original trilogy wasn't planned out. And it's like, well, yeah, but that also wasn't. It's not what Star Wars is now.
Empire was a fluke,
yeah.
and Return of the Jedi was okay at best.
Right. Like, yeah, that wasn't. I know George Lucas has said that. Oh, yeah, I had all the stories planned out, which is bullshit.
It's a lie.
But that's forgivable because it's like they made Star Wars. Oh, it's a big hit. Let's make more. But yeah,
Well,
now
I
like
just
you
think he
have to plan
overwrote the
this stuff
first
out.
script, and so he had material left over. But
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't like I don't think he had a 9-episode sweeping saga. Like
Right.
yeah.
His script for Star Wars was all 3 movies. It was like 700 pages long. Yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Break it up.
And it's like he had things like he had a character in the original. His name was Mace Windy. So it's like, oh, so no, for real. And so
Is that true?
That's true. And so he cut that. So he used the character.
Oddly
has
enough,
not-
he had Samuel Jackson in mind.
yeah,
way back in the
nothing to
70s.
do nothing to do with that. Like what that character ended up being. But so
just a name?
He just used the name. He kind of like he said he spruced it up with a U instead of a Y.
Culturally, has Marvel replaced Star Wars?
Oh yeah, kids don't.
a
care
whole
about Star
generation.
Wars.
Yeah, a whole generation. Of
Yeah,
kids.
the younger kids do
Yeah,
not care
that's
about
true.
Star Wars.
Just the toys alone.
Yeah,
Star
like-
Wars toys are just like no kids play with those.
Just those collectors, pretty much. Like just
Yeah.
the adult collectors. Like they want a mint in box, but that's pretty much it. Like you don't really.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of kids that.
They're always on clearance. All
Yeah.
the Star Wars toys.
Yeah.
Kids have something like, I'm fine. It's all good.
Because it's so like beige and blah, like all those characters. You know what I mean?
They literally wear beige or black.
Yeah.
like that's it. Like yeah.
And
they-
like Star Wars is this vast world, infinite possibilities.
All kinds
kids
of
like-
universes. You know?
I'm gonna get in. I don't get in a fucking rant about this shit.
It's exhausting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Frustrating.
culturally, Marvel has replaced Star Wars. I
sure.
agree with that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's on its deathbed. I'll see what happens with Episode 9, but
I'm holding my breath, but I'm not going opening weekend.
no, I mean we will.
You guys have to.
But we're not, and this is important to mention. We're not going into it like wanting to hate it.
No, of course
Like,
not.
I'm
No.
curious to see what they do. I hope they pull something
There's
off.
there's a reason why you're so critical of it a lot of times because
Yeah.
you love it so much. You know,
It started as something special, and we talked about that. Like the original 3 movies, the reason they're so well liked is because they were just good movies.
Yeah.
And now it's like you're either preconditioned to hate it because you don't like what Disney's done with it, or you go into just loving it because it's Star Wars. And there's like no in between where you can be critical of it at all. Where it's just like some of it was good, some of it was bad.
yeah.
There were some people that were mad at us because we didn't hate The Last Jedi more. which is just so bizarre.
I
Like,
fucking hated it so bad, so hard.
I appreciated that it was trying to. I know subverting expectations is like
Oh, that's a
meme
participation
now, but-
badge, though. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's
oh,
like
you tried.
you gotta do something different, and he kind of tried, but he didn't
Didn't
replace
work.
it. Yeah, it didn't work. He didn't replace it with something new and interesting. It was just all those things that we set up in the last movie.
Just kidding.
Nope. It's like okay,
Yeah.
but what are you doing new?
You could get away with that with a couple of plot threads.
Yeah,
but
it was the whole movie.
just ended so badly.
Yeah.
It's really the ending. Like everyone complains about the low speed chase, with the ships. I actually like that.
That didn't bother me at all.
Running out of
yeah.
fuel, or whatever, and it was neat. But then everybody's like coming and going, and there's like logic gaps where
Yeah.
it's like, why don't the escape pods have warp speed, light speed? X-wings have light speed.
Hyperspace. Or hyperspeed. Yeah.
Yeah, like you think an escape craft would have hyperspeed because you're escaping something. Seems like the most common thing you would install, but they're going like 5 miles an hour and they're being picked off left and right. Put escape speed, or escape speed. Put light speed on those escape crafts. So it was like doesn't make sense.
One of the things I didn't understand was why Laura Dern's character just wouldn't explain to what's his name.
Oh, right, yeah.
why,
It was purely for like story
for
convenience.
drama,
Yeah.
for no reason. Like like no wonder he's mutinying because it's like I don't freaking know you, and all of a sudden you show up and and it just doesn't make any sense.
The moral of the story is you're supposed to blindly trust other people.
Yes, exactly.
Not
And that's what
trust-
Star Wars,
That's
the
what a
original
true
movies
rebel
were founded
does.
on.
A true
Yeah.
rebel
Is
listens to a
blindly
purple-haired
following
stranger.
Yes, Rich.
It was also
Blindly
weird.
follow your leader.
It was also weird when you get to the end of The Last Jedi and like Poe Dameron introduces himself to Rey, and you're like, oh yeah, we're at the end of the second movie, and they
haven't
have
even
no
met.
idea who the other one is. These are our characters.
Ray's too busy running with her lightsaber out.
Yeah.
Burning up that fuel cell. Oh shit, it's out of power. Here comes Snoke. And then I think the big crux is like the heart of the story is Rey and what's that guy's name?
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Adam Levine. Adam Carolla. Adam what?
Driver, isn't it?
Adam Driver, yeah. Her and
I
Kylo
thought you
Ren
said
and
MacGyver.
That's what I thought I heard too.
Adam MacGyver.
Adam MacGyver.
That's how I built this lightsaber.
That scene though, when they team up, even though they should have fought the guards. See, that's another thing. I think I went over all this. I might really review, but
I think everybody's gone over everything in The Last Jedi.
you fight the guards before you kill Snoke.
Yeah.
You fight the guards. You kill them all. But
But Mike,
they-
that's what you would expect.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
Subverting
gotcha!
expectations.
after Snoke has died, if I were a guard and my job was to guard a guy, and the guy was now dead, I'd run.
yeah, I'm outie. Like, yeah.
Bye.
You wouldn't just blindly fight these two people that you don't know anything about.
Especially when the guy you're fighting is probably going to be the guy who would be paying your next paycheck.
Yeah,
That's true.
exactly.
Oh yes, yes. I would bow to him. You have, it's like
You
someone
have
overthrows.
defeated me. You
Yeah.
have defeated my lord.
Right, someone overthrows the king, and I'm on your side now. I'm working for you. Yeah, or just show like their head roll on the ground, and it's got like circuits in it. They're robots. I don't know. But who were those guys? Why did they keep? I'm just gonna fight to the death, just because. So that like stuff like that, and then they had the great team up moment.
That's where it should have ended. I'm sure we talked about that.
I'm
but, yeah.
still mad. I'm gonna keep going. Why?
Because the whole moral of the story was it's like or at least a part of like the Rey's like story was like Luke was trying to teach her like it's not black and white. It's not just good guy bad guy. There's a gray area in there. That's kind of what he's pushing. You know, there are no more Jedis like that kind of thing.
Because you don't want heroes and villains in your movie about heroes and villains.
Yeah.
You want gray area.
Well, it's just like I thought that could have been neat when it comes to Rilo
If
Ken.
you had Alan Moore write it and went all in on the gray area,
Sure.
Yeah.
it would be fucking amazing.
Exactly.
They would never do that.
See that like Ray should have gone with Rilo Ken, like at the end,
Yeah.
or at least when he held out his hand.
Well, that would have been.
When he held out his hand, like you pull out, that's where you
That's
end
when
the
you cut
movie.
the credits,
And it's
yeah.
like okay,
Yes,
do they,
nice cliffhanger.
That would have
Exactly.
been a legit cliffhanger, and I would actually be interested in watching
Yes.
Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
And it's
if
also
they did that.
and like you think that maybe she's taking Luke's lessons to heart. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's like maybe like I can bring him. There's somewhere in the middle. Like if him and I rule the galaxy together,
Yeah.
there'll be a balance there. Yeah. But no,
But then it just ends with good guys, bad guys,
Mm-hmm.
Kylo Ren yelling, "Shoot him!"
hologram Luke Hamill,
Yeah.
Force Ghost.
Billy Mays.
Oh, that's right. You said he looks like Billy Mays.
He has like a full brown beard. He looks totally different, and then he has what is his lightsaber green?
His hair's cut and
No, his
well groomed.
His lightsaber is green because because he actually had a blue one. Like he got his old one back.
Yeah.
And I think it was green. And then when he was a Force Ghost, I think it was green. Like
I think
there
it
were
was-
certain kind of
No, it
tells.
was blue in the Force Ghost, right?
I think it was.
Was it blue?
That was the weird part because he had his Jedi saber, the green one, when he tried to kill Kylo Ren, and then obviously Rey has the original, the Darth Vader lightsaber, and so in the hologram version it was blue, and so it was like, why is it blue? It should have been green.
Well, because she tried to hand back his old lightsaber. So
There was another hint though that it was a hologram.
That was another hint,
The Force projection Luke was using the Anakin lightsaber.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So it was really obvious that something was fishy going on there. Kylo Ren didn't put it together.
Because Kylo Ren, our major villain, is a complete dumbass.
Yeah.
that the end of that movie did not do that character any favors.
no.
Which sucks because he's been the most interesting character. in
Yeah,
this new
and
series.
he's like the big bad too.
Yeah.
He's your main antagonist. From now on, especially.
But now he's
Well,
not very
the main
threatening.
antagonist is the Emperor because they're at least smart enough to realize they fucked up Kylo Ren. So we're just going back to the Emperor. And you know what? It's gonna be fun.
That's
I
the
don't even-
one
I don't
thing
even
I'm looking
care.
forward
Yeah.
to.
I don't
Even
even
if
care.
I don't care how it's explained.
I bet you we get less than 5 minutes worth of that.
Maybe.
I think that's just a big tease for all of us
Could be.
to wet our beaks.
Yeah.
Get us all excited.
Well, it's like, was it the first teaser trailer that ended with Dark Ray? They called it, where it looked like she
Oh,
was
yeah.
evil, and you're like, that's going to be 5 seconds in the movie.
It's
It'll
gonna be a
probably
dream.
a dream,
A vision, whatever.
She's not going to turn evil, and if she was, they wouldn't put that in the trailer.
Yeah.
Unless they do time travel and an older Rey is the antagonist.
Could
Oh
be
God!
alternate
Please don't
timeline.
ruin this
Yeah.
universe even more by adding time travel.
Oh,
to
universe
it.
has been ruined for 20 years.
I know,
Who
but,
cares
like-
at this point?
I root for
But it'll become
nonsensical
more
time travel.
convoluted. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna roll back the time travel prediction a little. I think we're going with alternate dimensions
Oh my goodness!
because we got all those Star Destroyers like floating around in some kind of weird blue lightning realm, and they're riding
Where
horses.
horses can ride outside.
So there's an
middle of
oxygen
space.
atmosphere where I think the Emperor he went to an alternate dimension and he pulled
J.J.
in.
Abrams thinks horses can run around in space.
I don't think it's gonna
Space
be that
horses.
bad. It's gonna be like Spaceballs when they're climbing the ladder out in open space to rescue the princess from her car. No, alternate dimension. The Emperor figured out a way to open a dimensional rift and hide 150 Star Destroyers in there. And he says, "Long have I waited." So he's hanging out there. He has a new throne with spider legs on it, and he's gonna come back. And they found out where his dimensional rift is opened.
And it's in the ruins of the old Death Star.
This all sounds
That's
so
the key. That's the key
I
to
know
it.
it sounds so stupid. It could be true.
Yeah.
How else to explain
It
it?
just sounds. I don't even care whether or not it's true. It's probably true, but it just sounds stupid.
Well, how else do you explain a Star Destroyer's floating? Unless they're in like the upper atmosphere of a planet, like with lightning floating around, and they're hiding in a planet, like a gas giant, something like that.
Yeah.
You sure they're not running around in the wreckage of the Death Star? I haven't.
No, it's clearly on the
haven't-
outside of a Star Destroyer, and you
Okay.
see multiple Star Destroyers floating around, and it's in that blue lightning realm.
I haven't seen anything since we did our predictions video.
Oh, there's a new trailer.
Yeah, I know. I just don't care.
There's been 13 trailers since then,
Yeah,
right?
I watched the first one, but yeah, I haven't seen the other ones.
Nobody wants to believe this, but I legitimately do not care.
Not even in just like I'm curious to see how they'll try and
Or even,
fix
or
any
even,
of
or
this.
even just
Not
a shit on
really.
it, like just a shit on it. Like you're not even interested in that.
Not really. No, I'm just done with it.
Yeah.
Not in a Schadenfreude kind of way.
No, I don't know. I don't care. I mean, I'll be. You know what? I want Star Wars fans to like it. It's not even Schadenfreude. I hope they like it.
Yeah, I mean, I
hope it's
don't,
good.
I don't hope people dislike it. I
I
hope
don't
it's
want
good.
millions of people to be miserable.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not that big a jerk. I want your Divic box to work, or whatever whatever that thing is.
That would be pretty fucking amazing if
It's
Matt
an
brought a Divic
SB7
box.
Spirit box.
Divic, not Divic. Divic?
Dybbuk.
The Divic box?
Dybbuk.
Yeah.
Yes. It's at the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum.
I know.
I'm so
I
excited
know
to
that's
go
where it's
back.
It ruined Post Malone's life.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah,
Post Malone.
yeah, we
has a-
talked about
has a
this
Hex
last
song.
time. Yeah, he almost killed Post Malone.
Yeah, don't
So you guys, I'm assuming you guys are going to do a review of the new Star Wars.
Oh no.
Oh,
we're not touching
probably
it.
not.
No, yeah, okay. It's of course not. Of course not.
We're gonna go see it just because we want to hate it.
Yeah.
No, I hope it's good.
Yeah. I hope it's interesting. That's the thing. Last Jedi, there's people that legitimately talk about it as if it's the worst movie ever made. And it's like it's got a lot of problems, but it's interesting at least.
I think it's the worst Star Wars movie. I really do. Like honestly, I'm yeah.
No way. No.
Not with the prequels around.
Not with the prequels.
Although that perception has changed a lot now.
They're wrong. Those movies are. Those movies are absolute.
No, there are those
garbage.
people that think that like the new trilogy makes the prequels look better by comparison. Which
That's not true.
I don't.
That's
agree
just not
with.
true.
And it's also a
Yeah.
lot of like those kids that those
Well, there are people that grew up with the prequels
yeah,
and-
when it came out. So
Yeah.
now they're old enough to write articles and blogs.
And if you like them, you like them. That's fine. It's just weird how so many people like take personal offense to you not liking them.
They're both bad in their own way.
Sure.
Like the
the
new
new
trilogy,
ones are good on a technical level.
they're good on a technical level. They're exciting. The action's well done. There's not so many flat shots with people on green screens and the Lucasfilm stuff, but
boring political dialogue.
they're very well executed. But it's just so like committee-ish in
Yeah.
terms of like the stories and like
yeah,
we
it
gotta
doesn't seem
put
like
this
there's
in there and
it
this
seems
and
like
that.
there's a lot of cooks in that kitchen.
Yeah,
And
so
it wasn't as apparent at first. Like you see the Phantom
Yes.
Menace, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But you see the Force Awakens, and it's like, oh, this is exciting, and it feels like Star Wars. And then it's only kind of as it goes on that it starts to you start to see the bigger picture of what's happening.
The Last Jedi may have mishandled the characters, but unlike the prequels, I don't completely hate all of the characters.
Yeah.
Sure.
I legitimately hate every character in the prequels, other than Palpatine,
Yeah,
Well, of
always,
course.
of
and he's
course.
the villain.
Yeah. All the characters are so flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have some really talented people. Like Ewan McGregor's a really good actor.
Sure.
And Natalie Portman,
Oh,
she's
sure.
great. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, it's
everybody's
like, wow,
good, yeah.
like how
Ewan
do you
McGregor
fucking...
is a great actor playing a wooden board.
Yeah.
For
And Sam
6 hours,
Sam
however long
Jackson,
the trilogy is.
Yeah, all those movies, it's the writing and the direction. That,
Samuel Jackson is a fucking amazing actor playing a wooden board.
Oh, yeah.
Natalie Portman is a great actress playing a wooden board.
Yep. Yeah. So bad in their own way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I need to pee. We should take a break anyway. And we only got about 15 minutes or so left.
All right.
Yeah, cool. Commercial break. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. All right, we're back. All right.
And we're back.
We're back. All right. Back with the Zoo Crew. So Jay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What's your favorite Star Trek show and why?
Oh, the one with the whales.
That's
That's
a
my
movie.
favorite episode of Star Trek.
Oh yeah, that's a movie. But
I've seen all the original crew movies.
Did you like them?
Yeah, I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Well, no, I did enjoy the fifth one. I was gonna say not that one because it's terrible, but it's so terrible it's fun. But
Yeah.
no, I like the movies. I've just never watched much of the show.
I can confirm that everyone else here likes the Star Trek. Okay.
I do.
What
yeah.
is it?
Yeah. What's
Why
wrong?
not?
What's
Why
wrong?
not?
What's wrong with you,
Not-
bro?
I don't know. It's just because there's so much of it.
Yeah.
Every time you guys talk about an episode of like TNG or something, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That sounds like a good idea for an episode. And it's not like I'm like, oh fuck Star Trek. I just haven't gotten around to watching
Is
it.
that well? Is just really, really deep.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, there's so many TV shows like that where people are like, "You haven't watched, Breaking Bad?"
See,
it's like 8 seasons or whatever. It's
See,
a lot.
With classic Trek, it's easy to get into though because it's all standalone episodes.
It's episodic,
Yeah.
yeah, which is different than TV now, where it's just one story.
It's
through
all
the course of the
serialized.
season. Yeah. One of these days, I'll save it for my golden years. I'll watch all the Star Trek. Be 70 years old.
I'm thinking about breeding cats in my twilight years, but yeah,
You can do both.
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
I'll
do
watch
both.
Star Trek and breed cats.
Breed some cats. yeah, some pure breeds. Yeah. So, everyone else, what's your favorite episode? What's your favorite series? How about that?
Well, TNG is the
TNG.
gold standard of Star Trek for me.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly
I have
agree.
I have a particular place in my heart for Star Trek Voyager.
Voyager.
I know. Me
I find
too.
that interesting.
Me too, actually. Like, yeah, like that's like it's kind of schlocky, popcorny, kind of good.
Yeah.
I can't watch Voyager without thinking about all of the things I might have done differently.
The failed
with the show.
opportunity.
Yeah,
I know.
It
but,
could have been more like the original series. Like they're out on their own and they're exploring, and like it could be more of a survivalist kind of thing, yeah. But also like strange new worlds. Like for real.
Definitely should have been more of a survivalist kind of thing.
Yeah, that Year of Hell thing that they abandoned.
Yeah.
You know, like that would have been awesome.
Yes.
They actually did a whole season where just everything was falling apart.
Yeah, bigger arcs like that.
It
but
could have been an interesting show about whether or not they can hang on to their highfalutin Federation ideals without the entire support network of the actual Federation backing them. Like, do you still go for peace and love when you're starving to death because your ship doesn't have the right power?
Exactly.
Many episodes dealing with that.
Not
Many.
enough.
Well,
They kind of did a little bit early on, and then they just got rid of it. No, it's Star Trek now.
Here's the thing: whenever Voyager tried to pull that shit, like, oh, we're running low on supply, that ship was so fucking beautiful, clean, and brightly lit that you never fucking believed it.
yes, and a lot of that is production reasons because there was an arc when the ship got Borg technology on it.
Yes.
Kind of early 7 of 9 episodes.
Yeah.
So you have this outside of the ship, and it's got all these Borg parts on it, and defenses, and you could shoot Borg lasers, and then it's like, okay, this episode's almost over. Start tearing all that Borg
Hit
stuff
that
off.
reset button real quick.
Because you have 10 different stock shots of the ship going by, and they're not going to just throw those in the garbage, and they have to.
Yeah.
So there's things like that, but that's why I like Year of Hell because it's a two.
What is Year of Hell for the 900,000 people who don't know what we're talking about?
Year of Hell is approximately 1 year in the Voyager timeline.
It's one episode.
It was
a two-parter.
Two-part, yeah, okay.
It's the-
One
it's-
story.
it's
It was
the
supposed to be a
dad-
whole season. That was originally what the pitch was.
Yeah.
And they were going to do it, and then they backed out, and they just said, it's a two-parter.
It would have been
what's
great.
what's the deal?
The dad from that '70s show. What's his name?
Kurtwood Smith, yeah.
Kurtwood Smith from
RoboCop.
RoboCop. He played. Have you not seen this?
No, I have. I want to explain it just for people who don't
To the
fucking
audience,
know.
yes. He has this device that he can alter history throughout space.
But it
And
doesn't affect the ship, so they still remember.
Yes,
what
the Voyager is
changing.
protected because they have some kind of
Quantum
shielding.
something.
Yeah, multiphasic shielding. That chronophasic shielding.
Sounds about right.
They have time shields. I don't remember how. So he goes and he does these calculations and he resets the timeline. Like if this civilization died off, how would it affect everything else?
Yeah.
So it's like they're
Trying to resurrect his wife, wasn't he?
he's basically
Yeah.
trying to find the timeline where his wife didn't die. So and he has a piece of her hair in this little triangular glass case.
Kind of like Mr. Freeze in Batman.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
And so the Voyager encounters this like really pathetic ship, at first, and they're like, "We're gonna fire a rocket at you," and Catherine Janeway was like, "Ha ha ha!" And then this time wave comes by, and then it alters the present, and that ship becomes like a giant battleship. So, oh shit! And so the whole time, and then they're the one equation in this guy's big time puzzle that doesn't change, and he's like, "Blow them up."
He's messing with my calculations.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're fucking with my calculations because they're not changing and my time changes. So he keeps just trying to blow them up for a year, and the whole ship's just wrecked by the end of the year. And then I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but basically, yeah,
They hit the reset button.
they hit the reset button.
Well, it's time travel, so
The point is that should have been like the first few seasons of the fucking show.
Exactly. Because they were hanging on by a thread. People are dying. It's all those kind of things.
But that's paralleled in the two-parter with the Nova class science ship.
Equinox.
Parts 1 and 2.
Yep.
Good job.
Thank you. I know. See,
Proud.
I know my
And-
track, buddy.
Yes, the Equinox is a tiny, tiny little science vessel that also got thrown into the Delta Quadrant. And there's a crew of 25 people. It's a tiny ship.
It started with 200.
Yeah,
and they're down to 20.
they just had a miserable time.
and
Because
they compromised their values.
They
Like
compromise
that
their
whole thing.
values. They find space eels that have superpowers in them that can shoot make their engines shoot the ship super fast. And so they capture the space eels, and they're like, at first we really didn't want to do this. But then we're
wanna go home,
starving.
yeah.
So Catherine Janeway's judging them. She's like, I'd never do that. Well, if your whole crew's fucking starving, you would. There's also a great episode where they get trapped in like a space bubble.
I know which one you're talking
I
about.
love this episode.
Where there's their power's continually draining and they don't have supplies.
They get sucked down
And all of the ships that end up in this little bubble of space kind of steal and pirate
Yeah.
from each other because
Yes.
they're trying to survive when they're slowly losing power to this bubble.
Yes. And so, they fall in the
It turns
bubble.
into like Mad Max, like, in
Yeah,
space.
kind of.
Yeah, it's like Star Trek Mad Max.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, everybody attacks them. They steal their shit right off the bat, and then Catherine Janeway tries to form an alliance with other ships.
Well, which is kind of a neat idea. It's like,
Yeah.
she's trying to make her own federation in this bubble. kind
But
of
the
thing. Yeah.
interesting point was they needed some components to make the ship fly out of this thing and escape, and they got that one component from another race, and they're like, how'd you get this component? And he's like, well, I fucking killed the people and took it from them. And she's like, I don't think we can use it. Take it back. And everybody's like, why?
Bless you,
So, you know, some guy keeps sneezing.
I'm allergic to Star Trek.
But it compromised their values, the Federation values of, taking the equipment that was stolen from somebody that got murdered. And so Catherine Janeway was a very, very moral captain.
That is my favorite Star Trek, or Voyager at least, story. That
Okay.
one, where they're in the bubble.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird Voyager stories.
Yeah.
And then Rich, I think you didn't like the show from the get-go because you thought the Maquis assimilated into the crew too quickly.
I
Yeah,
thought they
yeah.
just they oh god, the problem with Voyager is so much potential, and the writers were afraid to tackle any of it.
Yeah.
Like, we got this crew, and half the crew are basically pirates, rebel pirates, and how do we integrate them? Oh, the next episode they're all acting like
They're
normal
all wearing
Starfleet
uniforms
officers.
and-
We're wearing uniforms and everything's fine. We're not going to do anything interesting with that story.
And this sounds like a Rick Berman decision. Where it's like, that's not the way we do Trek. What we do Trek is everybody gets along. Like,
We have this ship, and it's got no Federation supply lines. It's out on its own, and every episode is just like a normal start. Like, everything's fine.
yeah.
It was a bad idea to start with that concept because the Maquis are essentially terrorists.
Yeah.
But really, when they're in the Delta Quadrant, they have no Cardassians to kill. Like, so really, why still?
What are they
try to-
rebelling against?
Yeah, why still try to be Maquis? What's the point?
Yeah.
Why not just kind of all work together but then why have them be Maquis in the first place?
Yeah. Then what's the point?
Doesn't make sense.
Well, you introduce it because you think, there's going to be conflict.
yeah,
Like, and there
internal
just-
conflict.
Yeah, and there just wasn't, because there's no internal conflict in Star Trek.
Yeah.
The other thing that annoys me about Voyager is they don't write Janeway consistently. Kate Mulgrew, fantastic.
She's
actress.
fantastic. Yeah.
Potential to be an awesome captain, but they didn't write her the same way week to week. One week she would be like, I'm going to stick to my morals no matter what. We will make no compromises, even though half my crew is dead. And the next week, she would give Federation technology to the Borg because they would give them a bowl of spaghetti.
Yeah. Forming an alliance with the Borg was a little weird.
I mean, like, there's a lot of people complain that they kind of almost ruined the Borg in Voyager,
Yeah,
essentially. Kind of overexposed us to the
I
Borg.
think ruining the Borg was inevitable.
yeah, I mean,
The
of course.
Borg as a concept, it's so... It's too simple. They're a great villain because they're not, they don't...
I mean, they were only like in 3 or 4 episodes of TNG.
We will assimilate you. Resistance is futile. But that's such a one-dimensional villain. It was great for one story, and then they should have just gone away. We shouldn't have seen them again. But you got to keep bringing them back, and you can't just do that over and over again. So then they did stupid shit like they got a queen. I got a queen now because we need someone for our characters to talk to that doesn't just constantly say resistance is futile. Now they got a queen.
Was the Borg Queen on the show?
Yes.
Yeah, in
Okay.
Voyager.
I know she's in-
She wasn't on Next Gen, but she was on Voyager.
Yeah, it was like...
'Cause I know she's in the movie.
She's in First Contact. That was the
Yeah.
first time they
Is it the
introduced
same
her.
actress? Alice
No, but it's
Krige?
Well, it wasn't when they first... And then they brought her back for, like, the end,
I
of
think so,
Voyager.
yeah. But
it was
the
like-
first Borg Queen on this TV show looked a whole lot like Alice Krige. It was a really good cast, but
Well,
yeah.
you could say, they just have different, like, designs for queens for different scenarios.
Well,
Like,
they never explained why.
my
there was
wartime
another one.
consigliere, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. The Borg Queen died in First Contact, and then there's just another one in the Delta Quadrant. I don't know.
It ruined the Borg conceptually.
It did.
The scary
Conceptually,
thing
sure.
about the Borg was you lose your individuality
Yeah.
and you become a part of the hive mind.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, the idea of there being a queen
and now
completely
it's
as an
just like they're
individual, yeah.
zombies with a
Yeah.
queen directing them.
with
and
somebody
that's
in charge.
nowhere near as interesting or as philosophically terrifying.
Sure.
So, Jay, what did you think about Enterprise? So it was
Is that the one with Scott Bakula?
Yeah, yeah.
Then that's my favorite.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I like Scott Bakula.
I haven't seen that much of it. People tells me it gets a lot better.
Season 3 and 4 when Manny Koto took over.
Yeah.
It started getting a lot better.
Manny Koto.
Yeah.
The director of Dr. Giggles.
I do believe, yeah. yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. No, actually he started kind of reeling it in a little bit. And then they kind of just they gave up.
I think the problem with Enterprise is...
The theme song?
Well, yeah, the theme song.
I like the theme song.
From the start of the movies, like the original cast movies, we'd had like a good 20 years of solid Star Trek, and it was just
We got spoiled.
It was stale at that point, and I think just everyone needed a break from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole idea of the prequel idea of going back, I don't know.
They can't get away from that.
Now
I don't
they're
know why.
stuck. They can't get away
it was
from
also
it now.
cheaper, like production-wise, to build the
sure.
sets and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and because the technology is much more lo-fi, so it was a cheaper show to make. So I could that would make sense a little bit. But no, speaking of that soundtrack, somebody put a cut together of the opening theme, or like the opening credits, with "Perfect Strangers" theme song on top of it. And it works so much better. Standing tall on the wings of my dreams. Look at it. It really works. It really works. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little cheesy.
Oh,
Cheesy. I always thought that was Rod Stewart singing that, but it's not.
we wish.
The Voyager theme or the Perfect Strangers theme?
Perfect.
Yeah, the Voyager theme.
You mean Enterprise?
Does the Enterprise theme have lyrics?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
It does.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's been a long road.
Get
from there to here.
Oh, I think I've heard this. Yeah,
It's been a long time.
That's like the
Time is finally here.
that's like the theme song to Firefly, where it's like that's a good show.
Oh,
but
that
theme song,
that
like, gives
corny
you the-
Western song.
Yeah,
yeah.
makes you cringe.
I could see myself in another night. I will reach the stars. Oh yeah, they recut that with Benny and the Jets. Rocket Man. Oh God, yeah.
Oh God.
Enterprise, yeah, kind of standard Star Trek for its first two seasons, but then they go for the bigger story arc.
Yeah.
That's when it starts to morph into long form television. The what is it? The temporal war.
Temporal
Right?
Cold War. Well, that was how they
Temporal Cold
yeah,
War,
that's
yeah.
how they opened up everything. I just
Yeah.
realized that didn't make any freaking sense. Looking at you.
They have a giant space laser that cuts Florida in half.
Yeah, that's the Zindi story.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's all of season 3. I think something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Should I check it out?
yeah. It's fun.
It's all right.
Because eventually they find they do some mirror universe stuff. They steal the Defiant, the one the ship
Yeah.
that disappeared.
Oh yeah.
Not the Deep Space
not the
Nine.
Deep Space Nine
Defiant.
Defiant.
TOS.
Yes, the Tholian Web Defiant that vanished, and then they find it and they bring it into the Enterprise era,
Yeah,
and so
their
it's like
past,
a
and now
super
they have
advanced
superior
ship. Yeah.
technology
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. It's cute. It's cute.
It gets a little comic book, kind of goofy, and there's some crazy storylines, and nobody's watching it at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little too late.
It's not too late to go back and watch it. I
No,
actually
no. I mean, for them making it.
Oh
Fine.
yeah, that's the thing. It's
Yeah,
like people
they kinda-
gave up.
They already peeled off a lot of their
Yeah.
audience at that point. Yeah.
I've been going back and watching Enterprise. It's nice, simple stories in the first two seasons. It's really nice after watching like the nightmare of Star Trek Discovery season 2. Oh my God, I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah.
But,
You looking forward to Picard, guys? Jay, how about you?
I don't trust the people in charge. I just don't. I'd love to be excited, but
I think when they kind of first announced it, they kind of gave like a little bit of like, oh, it should be older, and it's not like, all right, like, and then it's like the more I read about it and the more I see like the trailers, I'm just
Well, you
like,
see the trailer, and it's like he's got to assemble a team of
Yeah.
young action stars.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, ugh.
they have a newer trailer and they show Riker and Troy, and they're like Picard goes.
well, it's
and
gonna be one episode. And that's fine.
Well, I know,
That's
no,
fine.
no. I'm just saying. Picard goes and visits them, and they're like hugging, and everyone's hugging and smiling, and like Picard don't hug anybody. He doesn't smile either.
Yeah.
It's like everything's going to be
played
wrong.
one game of poker with them at the very, very end. That's as much fun as he ever had. As much love as he ever showed them.
After 7 years, he never socialized with the crew once, and he's hugging people and smiling. I always say he never hugs Riker at the end when he leaves to go get his own captaincy.
The Titan, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, bye. It's been an honor serving with you, sir. Sure, shake
He shook his
hands.
hand.
Yeah. An even older Picard would probably be even less likely to be nostalgic unless he had like, Alzheimer's or something. You know what I
That's
mean?
the whole point of the show.
You don't think if
He's
he's
lost his
not...
mind.
It's all in his
captain-
mind the whole
Yeah.
time.
He's retired. He's not a captain anymore. He doesn't have to put up the strong front. You don't
know.
think that Picard
Maybe if
would
they
be a little
explore
bit more
that.
emotional?
If they explore that
Yeah,
would be interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, you remember when he went to Risa for his vacation, Captain's Holiday episode?
Oh goodness.
And he just wanted to read his book. And there's like women are hitting on him, and he's like, leave me alone, I'm just reading my book. You know, they forced him to go on vacation. I think...
Okay.
That was actually Patrick Stewart requested that kind of episode because he said I want Picard to be a little more sexy. That's literally what
His little ladies...
He's wearing his shorts. And he's like, oh, let's go on a little adventure, like on the beach, And it's like, oh, that was. Yeah, just the request is kind of cute, and then what they did was like, oh god,
He begrudgingly had an adventure with a lady
Vosh,
on a planet.
yeah.
Vosh, yes. Oh, I'll go on this adventure with you, and we'll schmooch at the end, and we'll fall in love, and fine.
and then we'll never see you again, or we'll see you one more time,
She showed up on Deep Space Nine.
I know, I remember.
I know you know.
That was season 1.
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It was the Q episode.
Yeah, they threw Q in there.
Just for old time's sake,
I like that Q stole Picard's girl.
Yeah, I do kind of like that too. Just swept her off her feet. Yeah, I asked Will Wheaton whether or not he was going to be in Picard, and he was like, "They haven't asked me yet." And I was like, "Oh," I said, "Would you do it?" He's like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Sure.
Yeah.
But,
I'd like to see an older Wesley Crusher, like
He's like some kind of time demon now.
right?
right?
with the Traveler, yeah.
that was when we last saw him. He was trying to save the colony of Native Americans with the help of the Traveler, and he's like, "Yes, Starfleet's not for me." But then we see him at Troy and Riker's wedding, and he has a Starfleet uniform on.
Yeah, no,
because they
he-
forgot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, exactly. No, because he actually said there was more to that part, and more to that.
Yeah, there's some
and he was just
cutscenes.
like, literally, you just see him in the background at the table, and that's it. And he was
Yeah.
like, kind of disappointed at that.
Did they in the cutscenes? Did they explain? Like,
I didn't really go into it with him. Like, oh, what was it? Like, it was like I think it was just
Why the
a
fuck
little
did
thing.
you not go into him about this? God damn it.
Well, we went into a lot of other tracks. I was talking to him about Toy Soldiers, really. I talked to him about that movie. Talked a little Stand By Me. Yeah.
Toy soldiers.
he has other work than Wesley Crusher.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Well, my because he was talking about what would you think Wesley Crusher would be, and he's like, oh, still with the Traveler and this and that. I said, oh, I think he totally washed out of that Traveler program. He's just I think he went back to Starfleet and everything.
Be a little creepy, just floating around the universe with some weird
kind of
guy.
he kind of turned out like a Picard in Tapestry, that alternate thing where it's like he never actually fulfilled his potential kind of thing. I was like, that's Wesley Crusher.
Tapestry. That's an episode.
Yep. And that's
Nice, simple, beautiful storytelling.
beautiful. So, is there any movies you guys are looking forward to, right? That are on the docket?
That's weird that you just said that. I haven't felt that feeling of looking forward to a movie. It was like an alien concept to me for like a millisecond.
Yeah.
I just remembered like maybe 10, 15 years ago, I probably would have looked forward to seeing a movie. So weird.
I'll tell you what though, I'm waiting until the whole season's done. It's not a movie, obviously, but I'm looking forward to the last season of The Good Place.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I'm excited
you watched
about.
that show?
People,
Oh, yeah, it's a
people
great
have been
show.
talking about that, and again, telling me I should watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I've seen all 3 seasons. Haven't seen the new season.
Yeah, no,
It's a good show.
I'm waiting for it to come out.
If you're into philosophy, it's a really good show. Yeah.
Ethics, Mike, not philosophy. Ethics.
Ethics, sure. There's a lot of quotes by philosophers and stuff. Chidi, he's got all that down pat. He was that's who I'm referencing, and the guy who reminded
He's
me
in
of Chidi.
Midsommar,
The actor isn't, but no, it is the actor. Is
I
it?
assume that's why you said it, because it was the same
Yeah, it is the actor. Yeah, he just doesn't have his glasses on.
Yeah.
I forget if I was calling him Chidi because he kind of looked like him, or if it was the same person. I can't remember.
I believe it's the same actor.
Yeah.
You have dementia.
I kind of do. I see too much stuff, and I can't keep track of it all. Yeah, that's right.
Jay, are you looking forward to anything?
The one I was looking forward to is The Lighthouse, which I've seen, and it's amazing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
He keeps talking about the lighthouse.
So fucking good. So that was, the first movie in a really long time I was excited about.
I mildly look forward to Joker. Like, I was like, oh, the trailer looked really good. And I was like, all right, like, I mildly look forward to it. Like, yeah, like, I waited a week. I didn't go opening weekend. But, like, but that was the last thing I could think of.
Well, the good thing about that is that it's like a bigger movie, a bigger, like, wide release movie that's more kind of slow paced and character driven. And I encourage more of that.
More of that, Hollywood.
I can be jazzed about The Lighthouse, but I had to drive almost an hour to go see it because it wasn't played in any theaters around here.
Oh, jeez.
Give it a wider release. Give everybody like that a wider release. If you build it, they will come. And I think that Joker helped solidify that. I know it has that connection to like DC Comics or whatever, but it's a slower, character-driven thing, and people went and saw it. It's made almost $1 billion.
It worked, yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it good and well. All right, we should wrap up here. We got things to drink and food to eat.
That's
All
right.
that kind of fun stuff. So, but before we go, actually, I just realized that I gave Jay a vest. I got Mike a spirit box.
Gift for Rich.
I got you something, Rich.
Uh-oh.
It's the smallest snow globe they had at the LAX airport.
Oh, I love it.
What is it, Rich? Describe it to the audience.
It's a California Republic flag snow globe.
It's the bear.
It's the bear with a star on his back and there's little
that's
glittery
adorable.
flakes floating around.
Yeah, like I said, it's the smallest
There's
one
so
they
much
had.
snow in California. It's the first thing I think of.
That's ash floating around. It was an insensitive joke.
Too soon. So yeah, like I said, it's the smallest one they had.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. For thinking so little of me.
Literally.
Do you guys want to plug anything, like whatever, like your
No.
Twitters or Patreons or whatever, that kind of stuff?
Give us money.
Send checks to Rich Evans. Rich Evans, care of Red Letter Media. Rich will take checks. Yeah.
So yeah, no, go to redlettermedia.com. You guys got a YouTube page.
We got
you come on content all
YouTube.
the
Yeah.
time.
Find us on all those things.
Wherever Red Letter Media is sold.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do my little thing. Don't forget check out bunnyears.com. We're hilarious. My Twitter is at Incredible Culk, and the Instagram is at Culkamania. And we have voicemails at the end of the episode, so call in. It'll be great. If it's good and short and pithy, you can we might play it. So the number is 845-393-4629. That's 845 Eazy-E hoax, because we all know that Eazy-E didn't really exist. So yeah. Thanks a bunch, guys, for doing this. Do this again. Yeah,
No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a lot of fun.
Oh, good.
We have a great time.
It's a ball and a biscuit. All right. Thanks, guys.
Get some calls.
Voicemails. We're always getting voicemails. You dial 845 Eazy-E hoax. I said it's 845 Eazy-E hoax. It might sound dumb, but it's not a joke. It's 845 Eazy-E hoax. Motherfucking hoax. That's 845-393-4629. Motherfucking hoax. Voicemails. We're always
Hey
getting
Mac, I'm really getting sick and tired of this. I call all the time and you never play my messages, so if you ever feel like getting back to me, I guess, you know what, it's not even worth it. I've been dating like a couple other guys, so suck your own dick.
Hey, this message is for Sean DiPasquale. Can you please tell Mac that he's a stupid fucking idiot? Cool, thanks man. Hey Mac, that's really mean that Sean DiPasquale just said that to you. I can't believe he would say such a thing. I mean, if you need a shoulder to cry on or just like a friend, I'm here for you, buddy. You know, if you need to like fire him and just hire me instead, listen, I totally support you, whatever you need. You just call on me. Fuck you.
Hey, Mac, I'm calling again. I just want to let you know that I've been listening since probably around the beginning, and I definitely never miss an episode. It's just great. I've been going through some kind of like a rough patch, I guess you could say, but I know that looking forward to hearing the podcast really cheers me up. One thing I could look forward to in some crappy point in my life, but just want to say thanks. Keep up the good work. Enjoy your work, and hope to hear from Sue and Matt again. Yeah, don't forget to suck some dick today.
That was really cute. Hi, Macaulay Culkin. I am painting my dining room, and I'm catching up on bunny ears because I've had my kids home all summer and didn't think they should probably be listening to podcasts with Bob Saget. Anyways, I was thinking if you do the fan interaction episode, it would be hilarious if you just called my sister-in-law, like, without her expecting it. So it'd just be like, oh, Macaulay Culkin's calling you. Anyway, she loved your episode with Devin, so she didn't even know you had a podcast. She only listened to it because of Devin, obviously. Anyways, have a great day. Bye.
Find me, gag me, take me to the bunny ranch.
You are freaking lumberjack!
Oh my god.
Let's kung fu!
Hi, I'm Macaulay Culkin, and I have a tiny Mac in my pocket.
Hi, I'm Tiny Mac, and I live in Macaulay Culkin's pocket. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit that notification button to watch more videos. Am I right? Haha! I love my life!
Delicious.